Hello, everyone. I'm happy to have you participate in this webinar to discuss how to establish digital presence in 2021. I'm Dorian Holmes, founder at Fireside Solutions. I also work with Exponential Impact. So as you see, I have an interest to really supporting founders. And since COVID hit, I've been helping a lot of founders and small businesses transition to establish their presence online. So I'll discuss some tips around that. But you can feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. So this what this barcode is. It's not any malicious activity going on. It's just my LinkedIn barcode, so you can connect with me. And if you have any questions after this, you can hit me up and ask me any questions. So hope this webinar helps you. And let's begin. So the topics we'll be discussing is one, why a website is one of those things every business needs. Two, customers engagement. So we'll be discussing how to use a CRM, chatbot, FAQ, and why a form is really nice to have. And also getting business visibility from the site. So once we have all this set up, how can we attract the traffic to make our funnel produce the results that we want? So let's get started. 70 to 80% of consumer research a business online before making a purchase. So this is one of the key reasons why it's so important to have a website that describes your product or your service offering and what really separates you from competitors. If your consumers can't even do your research online and don't make you look as legit. So it's definitely important to have some type of presence online, and when a website can be the cornerstone of your digital presence online. Um, it's like a kingdom you can control, unlike social media. You can promote yourself, but you don't have much control of the platform itself. So how exactly should your website benefit your business? Well, one, it should convert leads into customers. When you're attracting this traffic, you want to convert as many of those users into customers as possible. We can monitor your traffic on your site and really understand your users all from your website. We can also get feedback to improve your product offering. A lot of customers will go to the company website to report issues, ask questions, and talk with your team. So you want to have those avenues available for your business, for your customers. And you can also build a community where you have full control. So like I said in the last slide, your website can be like a kingdom. You control it. You can offer any type of experience to your customers you want. So it's definitely essential to have a community where you have full control. And of course, this may mean a lot in terms of marketing and sales for your company. It can be the cornerstone of your digital marketing operations. With your website, many small businesses and startups publish blogs, how-tos, such as how to use a product, even links to the other platforms online, such as like social media, maybe their YouTube. So your website can have all these different avenues available for your customers and for your users, so they can always get in touch with you and you have full control of that experience for them. And you can grow your brand awareness online. So one of the best ways to really grow your brand is to have some type of organic reach. Ads is really nice, but it can get expensive. And even though if you have a nice return, but it's always nice to have some type of less expensive way that you are getting the clients who are searching for your offerings and they are able to find you online. So if you can establish some type of presence online and get your ranking up in Google results, being whatever you use, it can be a tremendous impact for your business and maybe accelerate your growth. And also online, they can see your reviews, testimonials. You want to have all those things established online as well. So these are the different types of landing pages you can utilize for your website. So why we discuss about landing pages. Well, landing pages are essential for you to convert your users into customers. If you don't have a landing page or you don't really see some of the pages on your website as a landing page, then you probably need to make one so you can have these different call to actions for these different objectives. And we'll discuss the benefits of these strategies. So the first the first strategy we talk about is the splash landing page. So splash landing page main goal is to act as an intermediary page. So for example, you will announce on social media you publish an article. You will link them to this page to share other announcement, present an ad, which would then take them to their final destination. So let's look at an example. So here we're looking at an example. Just imagine you are online. You click a link to read some type of blog. That link takes you to this page before it takes you to that blog page. And here you can share an ad. You can have a different call to action to download a report. So it's really an opportunity for you to present something that the user may be interested in, especially if you have a webinar. I feel like that's a great opportunity for you to kind of promote that webinar or workshop you're having and get some more attendance up maybe. So it's just different. You can have maybe a couple of different messages here, but the whole point is you are pretty much presenting some type of promotion to add that user may be interested in. You want to be related to like the blog that they'll be going to, and they'll be they'd be a more qualified lead since they are actually downloading the report if they do download the report or click the link or whatever it is. Now let's talk about a lead capture landing page. These landing pages are most efficient for those in the B2B. You can see they are definitely utilized in B2C, but especially for B2B, a lot of these lead capture landing pages really can help your business capture more leads and capture their information, such as their email, so you can follow up with the user. So you want to make it very simple, straightforward, easy to leave, and you want like the three aspects I think are probably the most important when you are making a lead capture landing page is that they can visualize the benefits, use some type of social proof, and create an irresistible lead magnet. So what I mean by that is maybe you offer an ebook that in your industry is maybe a trending topic. Many businesses or users are having this issue or have this interest, and your ebook covers those topics. So if they download this ebook, they would be a more qualified leads than someone who chooses not to download the ebook. So this can really help you kind of weed out the real serious potential clients to the people who may be interested but are not as interested as these group of users. So let's show an example. Okay, so this is actually my site. I recently made this landing page for users to download an ebook. So it says learn how to become digitally resilient in 2020. So I actually made this a couple months ago, but I just deployed it recently. Um, and people can download this ebook to really learn how to become digitally resilient. How you can visualize what you'll be able to get out of the ebook, and at the end, I have my testimonials for users or my other clients. So this is just a brief example. They have a form where I capture the information, the first name, last name, email, phone number, etc. But some of these lead capture forms can just capture their email or just their phone number, and you can use that information to follow up with the user. Now, sales landing page. So sales landing page is usually combined with some type of call to action to get started, but a sales landing page is very detailed. So my lead capture form had some information, but a sales landing page will be much more detailed for the type of users or customers that do extensive research. This sales landing page should potentially answer every question that that customer may be asking before they make the purchase. This includes the benefits, problem it solves, how it works, And last but not least, a call to action to purchase. So I would recommend always have some type of call to action to purchase instead of just having the context. But what separates the sales landing page from these other techniques is that it's very detailed, and it's not so straight to the point. It makes sure it thoroughly answers all the potential questions that they may be asking. So let's look at an example. We'll be talking about Webflow a little long. Oh, it actually went to my dashboard. I use Webflow all the time. But something I really love that Webflow does is that their landing page, their home page is using the sales landing page technique. You see that it has details on the benefits on how to use it. So the designer, it gives a little description, and then it has call to action to view the dashboard. But that's not it. If I scroll down, I want more information. It says can launch, go live, and it offers me some more information. And another call to action to view dashboard. So as you can see, it has the same call to action, but it flows very easily. And then grow, so it builds in SEO. Okay, that's something I'm really interested in. So maybe that will draw my attention to actually view this dashboard and do that call to action. And then it actually has other call to action take me to blogs, showcases, and universities. So this page is pretty awesome. I think another example is that their Webflow Enterprises has a similar flow, but it's much more detailed. It gives me much more information on like security and scalability. Obviously, this is for the enterprise. Just check this page out. So this is a great example on how you can create a sales landing page. So this can especially be like your home page in some ways. So it's very easy to flow and has a lot of social proof of their work. And you can schedule a demo. So it's a great sales landing page, something to, not to copy, but to build off of. And to get started landing page, if you're a SaaS business, I mean, this is probably something you've seen all the time. Uh, One example we're going to look at is Shopify. So it's like you can, I actually found this just looking there, searching Shopify on Google, and it had an ad, and it takes you to this page. You see, that's no other call to action, so it's no menu bar. They just want you to enter your email and start the free trial. They want you to get started now, and then they just point out the three most beneficial, or there were three top value propositions for the users, and social proof, and get start free trial. So they obviously want you to get started now. And that's what a get started page should be like. Sometimes a get started page is on the home page in the header section, and that's perfectly fine. But the purpose is that this type of customer already knows what they want. And if they see like your value proposition is tailored towards them, then they'll sign up immediately and just try it out at least. So yes, so this strategy is most popular with SaaS startups. So the page hooks the user on to at least try the product, usually using a very appealing statement that informs the user that they can get started now and begin gaining value. There are tons more landing pages, but I mean, it's not really super important to really know the name of each of these different techniques, but to really understand that if you want to convert your customers, not customers, your traffic into customers, you may want to use a landing page and do some research on the different strategies and understand which landing page may be most beneficial for your startup or your business. Don't spend super long at this. Just get you can like a landing page shouldn't take super long to make. You want to make a landing page, implement some type of monitoring tool to monitor how like people are interacting with the page, and then grow and improve it. So we'll talk about that later on, but let's move on. So recommended platforms to build websites. I already showed Webflow. I highly recommend Webflow. I mean, I can even show you. I'll show a site where you can get some templates and easily build your website in a day or two. They have free hosting, but of course, it's going to have that .webflow at the end of the domain. But the hosting for a custom domain is around 12, $13 a month, somewhere around there. It's not super expensive. Some of the other platforms is Square, Strapi, and WordPress. Square is very user friendly, very easy to build websites and pages, especially if you have a small team. And you can even, of course, do some custom work, but I'll say Webflow is probably more customizable than Square. But Square is more customizable than WordPress in some ways. But obviously, if you host a WordPress site on your own server, you may have all the freedom in the world. But WordPress has a very poor UI experience. And if you don't really want to code that much, I would probably stay away from WordPress, even though they have tons of plugins. And I mean, it's super beneficial. It has tons of value. But I kind of recommend against WordPress. It's kind of one of those old platform tools that most of the internet does uses, but yeah, I mean, it's tons of new platforms that can provide you a much better experience than WordPress, I would say. Strapi is for custom development. Even for custom development, you want some type of way to easily manage the content on your page. So Strapi is something I recommend you all to look into if you want a custom site. But in the beginning, I kind of will be against building a whole custom site for your business. Unless it's part of your product, then I mean that's your decision at the end of the day. But make sure you use some type of CMS for it. Strapi is a CMS for more React.js sites. I'm not sure if they cover other codes, but I mostly use React.js, so that's something I recommend. So let me show you this Webflow page where you can get tons of great templates, and of course on their own site they have templates where you can like clone, different sites. But on here you can clone different maybe sections for your site. I mean they even had I think this is the old Webflow. But I mean, on this site, you can just pretty much clone these projects and don't even have to build a website from scratch. You can build from using other people's components and customize it from there. I mean, if you're trying to do this like within a week and you want to have something up for your business, I would highly suggest using some type of template and build from there. I mean, I'm very, very, very confident that Strapi has everything you need to build your website. And it shouldn't, don't spend super long on this. Like I said, you want to have some type of monitoring tools to really understand where you can improve your site. So just have something established for now, and this can help you get a head start. Okay, let's move on. So 64% of customers expect tailored engagement that are based on past interactions. So we have our customers' attention. They hit our landing page, they filled out the form. Now, how can we follow up with these users? Where are they storing their information? How do we have access to that information? And how are we automating follow-ups if we are? So let's discuss that a little bit and how we can improve our customers' experience when they are interacting with us. So every startup should have a CRM in some type of form or fashion. Even if it's B2B, B2C, everyone needs a CRM if they're, for your business. So I would suggest that the best minimum CRM allows you to capture leads, perform follow-ups, and market to the customers you engaged with. So you want to automate that process as much as possible, especially if you have a small team. But this will also make it a lot easier for you to onboard other sales members, or uh, pretty much onboard other people on your team. They can pretty much be onboarded to your CRM. They are have access to all the customers that are currently engaged with your business, and pretty much pick up where you left off. So you actually want something that's scalable. So CRM is essential for scalability. You want to also connect all the forms on your website to your CRM. So if they fill out a form, you want to capture that information. You want to also make sure that you remove duplicates. So if they have the same email, you want to be able to say, all right, that's the same client. Um, so if your CRM doesn't take care of that, there's tons of CRM that does. And I recommend a few at the bottom. So a CRM can be a platform for marketing and sales operation. Like a lot of the CRMs today can be for marketing and sales operations. So I will include that as essential if you're looking into a CRM tool. You want to be able to handle all of those in some way on one platform if possible. And some of the few I recommend that does this pretty well is Keep. Recently switched over to Keep from Airtable because I'm a solo entrepreneur right now. I'm building up my team, but right now I handle a lot of the sales and marketing efforts. And Keep allows me to manage this all from one platform very easily and a great user experience. It's not free though. It starts around like 170, 150. But they have tons of useful information that webinars help you on board to the tool, help you get situated. It's a very nice experience. I very do enjoy it. They also give your own phone number so you can interact with a lot of your clients. A lot of my clients are B2B, and I actually communicate them with through text messages a lot, more than email sometimes, unless it's a formal update. HubSpot is, I would suggest it can be, it could be for startups also, but I would say it's more for medium-sized organizations and up. It's free, but you're very limited. But for someone who's just getting started, the free version will have everything you need probably. But HubSpot, especially for like those larger teams, so you can like for example, you can share an email. I don't think you can do that on Keep. At least I haven't done that yet, where you can share access to emails and you can see all the communication on HubSpot. And I would say they do have a lot more sophisticated or customizable landing pages, a lot more integrations, and a very beneficial educational platform. Free, by the way. So if you have troubles in sales and marketing, if you're like me, an engineer, and you have trouble in that area, HubSpot is a great platform to educate yourself. So definitely check it out, even if you don't use the CRM. They would take advantage of their courses. Airtable is free, but very advanced. So you can build a CRM in Airtable and do all these different things that I discussed, like do the capture the leads, follow up, follow ups, and also market to the customers. But you will have to build that from the ground up in some way. Airtable provides a lot of customizable integrations, and it's a very nice experience. But if you're kind of new to using the CRM, you may want to get familiar with HubSpot or Keep before building your own CRM. So Airtable will require a lot of require you to get your hands dirty a little, but it's very customizable. So in a way, it is much more scalable. But in the beginning, it's just a little. It's more challenging to get started with your CRM on there. Okay, let's move on. So another thing you can do to improve your customer's experience is use some type of self-service, have some type of self-service on your website. So what I mean by self-service and why it's important is because 67% of customers prefer self-service. But what exactly is that? A few examples is a chatbot, having some type of phone number to call that can automate responses, and having some type of maybe a form where they can ask questions and find answers. So it's a way for the customers to find answers for themselves other than waiting to get on a call with an individual from your business and get the answers that way. Obviously, if they can take over the chatbot, I think that's usually still a good experience, but it's a way they can get answers now by themselves. So you want to provide some way to do this. So chatbots is a great way. Even I even already mentioned that being able to manually take over if someone's available is great. It shows that you have a great customer service at your company. I mean, I love that, and it's usually they want you to respond within really 2 or 3 minutes. But if you can automate a lot of those responses that you know that customers are asking, then that will be probably the most optimal solution. Uh, Also, auto-attended phone systems. I mean, I personally don't enjoy this experience, but if you are working on a small team and maybe not everyone's free available at the call, it is better to have something that the customer can share their problems with and maybe have a chance of getting it solved through some type of automated phone system that responds with the solution or directs them to the solution than having nothing at all. And we already addressed this. Okay, it offers a way that customer can immediately find answers and be addressed. And this will also help you convert a lot of this traffic into customers. 86 of buyers are willing to pay more for better customer experience. So if you are providing top tier customer experience, your customers are trusting you and are more willing to buy more from you. Recommended chatbot software I use is FlowXO. It's free. It does everything you need to do, automate responses, and so on. Uh, the ones on the bottom they do cost. Intercom costs, HubSpot costs, Salesforce costs, and they have other benefits. I'll let you do your own research on those, but these are the ones I recommend. And if you are working on a budget, I recommend heavily FlowXO. And as long as it offers some way to automate response and allows you to take over, I think that chatbot is a fair tool to use. There's tons of chatbots in the space, so don't worry too much about getting the best one. It's always going to change. Just find the one that take care of your needs. All right, let's go on to the next one. So benefits of a community forum. If you're a programmer like me, when you think of community forum, you may be thinking of Stack Overflow. Uh, but there's tons of ways you can use a community forum, and most of it is where a customer can just ask a question and the community can assist, and your team can also help that customer discover the solution. But another benefit of this is your team is able to analyze how your community is engaging with one another, and if you can discover any trends and issues or requests, feature requests. So there's tons of benefits for having a community forum. There's also, again, offer a better experience for customers where they can have that self-service opportunity and ask questions with community, engage with other users and see how their experiences are like. And let's actually review or look at another community forum, Discourse. So Discourse is actually pretty awesome. This is actually what Webflow uses. So let me actually look at their farm real quick. So this is Webflow's farm. Super easy to use, super easy to navigate. And I already did the research to find out what they use. I mean, just look at it. You get the views, activity. Very scalable, like 57,000 views. On replies, to the replies. And you can see how the community is engaging. So again, you can use this to understand maybe what features you should implement, address your customers' issues, and maybe even find new hires. So if you see someone is just killing it, answering questions, resolving issues, maybe a potential hire there. So tons of benefits here, just with their use. And well, let's just show the pricing. So 100 a month. So if you're working on a budget again, I mean that's not too much, but if you are working on a budget, I completely understand. You may want to just wait on this till you get maybe 1,000 customers on your platform. If you B2B, maybe 100, and then have some type of community forum. But who said you can't use Slack or Microsoft Teams? But I think the most important thing is you want some way for your customers to engage with you anytime. And I mean, it's a bonus if they can engage with one another and ask questions and help each other solve problems. And that may help your team scale since now all of your customers aren't just asking you to resolve the issues, but they are engaged with one another and helping each other is resolve issues. And you can use that and document it and add it to your FAQ. Frequently asked questions, by the way, if you're not sure what FAQ means. 61% of marketers say improving SEO and growing their organic presence is their top inbound marketing priority. I love inbound marketing. I love getting clients that find me without me making any effort to just publish tons of stuff or use ads, I mean. But I'm using the content that I've generated in the past to catch the attention of my potential clients. Uh, Inbound marketing is for like that more long term, but let's refocus more on SEO and growing traffic to your website. So search engine optimization, SEO. Uh, so you want to understand the terms and keywords that your target audience is searching for online. A great tool is Google Keyword Planner. Uh, Use Google Keyword Planner to find terms users are searching and try to use those terms throughout your website. That will help you boost SEO, and it will take some time for you to really understand which technique or strategy you should use in terms of keywords. So if it doesn't work out the first month, try again the next month. Just keep trying and give it some type of time. I would recommend 2 months or 3 months, but give it some time to get to show the results. So have some type of KPIs in place for you. Um, so it can especially increase traffic to website. I mean, that's the whole point of SEO, increase traffic. You want to show up higher in results so people see you than your competitors. And actually, your competitors are probably the best way for you to really understand what keywords to use. So if you see your competitors having success and they are marketing to the same audience you are, build off of theirs and improve on top of theirs and be better than them. So that's another tip. So yeah, continuously test and improve your site SEO. May take time. Don't ever stray away from SEO. SEO is always going to be here, and you can use free grader tools. Like HubSpot has a free SEO grader, and if you're not sure where you improve, insert your URL there, and see what other people will say, or not other people, but see what this automated system will say about how you can improve it. You use Webflow, it offers some assistance around that as you build your site. If you use WordPress, you can download plugins that can grade your SEO as you build your site. So there's tons of tools around this free also. You may only want to pay someone to really just take this workload off of you. 'Cause, I mean, it does take some effort and some time commitment. Organic basis ads. So I love organic. Yeah, I love organic. That it even if you start using ads, you'll still have some clients coming in. You can have clients coming in when you sleep. Same with ads though. So organic takes much more effort and time. So it's more long term. However, it has great results once it's done. Amazing results. Ads are quick and easy to improve. So I mean, most people are familiar with Facebook ads for Instagram and Facebook, but LinkedIn has ads, Pinterest has ads. Really do your research and know where your customer base, where they looking, where they are, you know, and you want to show your ads where they are currently. It can get expensive, but that's all but it is worth it in some cases because you may be getting a return on your investment. Uh, and it can capture strong leads that convert into clients. I suggest using ads for some type of promotion or some type of webinar maybe where you can have some call to action. And if that's to buy a product or participate in a workshop, I think it is essential to have a clear call to action and an ad. Because people are always seeing ads and they will literally just look past yours if they don't understand it or if they're not intrigued. So you gotta be creative when using these ads. And the good thing is you can always improve it anytime. You can stop these ads anytime you want. And if you see something's not working out, just deactivate it. But once again, have some KPIs in place, key point indicators, and use these KPIs to really measure the success of these ads. And if you're not reaching your goals, see how you can improve it. Organic traffic can be done through blogging, educational content, and social media. So blogging is great. I mean, you can a lot of startups and businesses use like trendy subjects in their blogs, and that can help you boost your SEO because if people are searching that topic, your blog may pop up potentially. Educational content is awesome. I mean, in terms of the future of work, education online is essential and it's going to keep growing. So if you want to be a part of that, every business can in some way or form be a part of that educational content. And you can maybe just provide educational content on your tool and how it may benefit other people. You have competitors, maybe do a maybe show the highlights that your tool provides over theirs. So like pros and cons. A lot of people are always looking for pros and cons. So maybe you can educate them. That's kind of yeah, that can also be considered blogging. But I guess another example would be maybe rewarding people with different medals or certificate. HubSpot does this, LinkedIn does this, and it's a really good way to get your users to return to your website. And social media, we all know the power of social media. Even if you are not social, I'm an introvert, but look at me. I'm on the webinar talking to you guys and ladies. So definitely utilize social media. Even if you're not super into social media. It is essential now, almost as essential as having a website. So you want to have social media, have that social proof, and just start posting. Start posting around just talk about your product. Or later on when you are having more money, you can maybe hire someone to handle that for you, and you will see some results in that in some way or form. As we talked about earlier, people are researching online, and some people may are researching on social media. So you want to establish some type of presence on there. Ads can offer quick results when done effectively. Promote deals, invite users to a free workshop or paid workshop. Share how your solution makes their lives easier. I misspelled that, but hey, we all make mistakes. Social media. So we talked about this a little bit on the last slide, but I think it's just a big part that it deserves its own. So people are using social media to do research on brands and products. So you want to highlight your brand and your products on your social media and engage with your users. You want to engage with them and to show, well, first of all, if you engage with them, it shows that you're very active and that you care. People people want that. They want to know that the company sees them as a priority, and maybe in some cases, depending on your business culture, that you're fun to interact with, and that may appeal to them and boost your chances on converting them to a client. So yeah, not a necessity just to have a website. It's good to have social media. Follow successful social media accounts for inspirations. Don't start from scratch. If you're not sure how to use social media, look for these very successful social media accounts and see what strategy they're using. Come up with your own strategy from theirs and see how you can start using that to start building your own social brand on social media. Don't start from scratch. You wanna be a successful. You don't want to learn from failures. You want to learn from other people's success. Starting out, focus on establishing a strong presence on one platform. So on Instagram, aim to post bookmarked and post engaging reels. So what I mean by that is you want to post maybe educational content. I see is getting the most success on social media in terms of getting bookmarked. So you want to get your post bookmarked so you can show up higher and in the feed. And you want to post engaging reels. Like these can become very trendy. So you want to just get into that. And I mean, if if anything trends about your business, I mean that would accelerate your growth tremendously. So it doesn't hurt just to start posting reels. And the thing is, you don't have to make new content. You can post a reels about a blog you made, or you can post a blog about the reels you made, vice versa, and then you can post it on YouTube. So be very smart on how you can efficiently establish some type of presence on these platforms. Facebook, create a group, cultivate your own community. Like a website, you can cultivate your community there, but maybe you don't see how a website can cultivate your community as well as Facebook. So maybe have it linked to some type of Facebook group, and post content in there every day, answer their questions, engage with your community. LinkedIn, provide business updates. So LinkedIn, especially for B2B, of course, and publish your articles. So if you're publishing blogs on your website, publish some articles on your LinkedIn. And you can contract an expert to manage your page. In fact, I know someone who found someone. Well, they found someone in a circle, and they just charged them 100 a month, and they're creating great content for them, better than the founder could have. So don't turn away from these higher freelance platforms. I mean, if you're in the beginning stages, it could mean tremendous value for your business. But of course, getting recommended to someone who does tremendous work is better than hiring someone you don't know at all. So if you know someone in your circle, like ask around, especially if you have tons of founders in your circle, ask around, ask who do they use, and see some of their work. Always ask for their work and ask if they have a team, and how will you receive updates. So yeah, hiring is for scalability. If you don't in the beginning, if you're working on a budget, do it yourself. It will require some type of effort and some time commitment. But if your target audience is on these platforms, social media platforms, you want to be on there as well. So if they do their research, they find you. Now, Google Analytics. So we built the landing page. We captured their information. We also have the self-service tools or systems in place. But now, how do we make data backed decision making for our website on how to improve it? So you need to use some type of analytics monitoring tool, and Google Analytics is free and does this. I mean, it's a great tool. You can define your funnel strategy, your sales funnel. So let's say if your sales funnel is to educate them first, capture their information, then follow up, and then they will convert. You can strategically place maybe Google Tags managers. Do your research on Google Tag Manager is a great tool. You can monitor clicks, uh, different clicks on different areas of your page. It's very more detailed than just Google Analytics. But yeah, you can define your own funnel strategies and really see how successful it is. Maybe you have to switch it up, and you can make those improvements. Maybe your sales funnel isn't working as effectively in different areas. So your Google Analytics can help you determine which areas those are, and you can make those decisions from that. Mount your website or app A/B testing. So you can do A/B testing for your website too, not just for an app. But Google Analytics do work for apps. But you can do A/B testing. So maybe you're not sure which strategy works more efficiently. You can put Google Analytics on there, have both of those pages run by themselves for some type of time frame, maybe 3 months each, and maybe you see that you more users convert you using the first strategy than the second strategy. So you will just then you can just revert to that old strategy and improve some of the areas that you see where you can make improvements. You can improve website structure with data-driven decision making, gather information on your target audience, like where they're coming from. Are they coming to my site directly or from another page? Is my funnel effective or does it need to be improved? And then you can also track your KPIs using Google Analytics. So if you have any KPIs in place to measure success of your website in terms of converting traffic into clients, then you can measure those KPIs using Google Analytics effectively. So that's all I have for you today. I do want to show some tools that can help you maybe come up with some topic for SEO. In terms of SEO, like you can use this tool called Snazzy AI. I mean, it has tons of other stuff too, like sales outreach, products, tons of stuff. But if you're having trouble kind of coming up with kind of the text for your website, the context for your website, you can use this and just build from here. So I have my information here. Let's do create, and you get like a limited free amount a day. But like I said, you can build. I want to give you the tools that you can use to build your site in the day. So you can use this business refund. All right, this wasn't really effective. This is actually a pretty bad one. Yeah, so all right, that's new. That was my first time using that. So let's just go back to here. So this is something I used before, but it just gives you something to build off of if you're having trouble coming up with those topic ideas. So this is what it came up with. So look, A/B testing. So it involves website, and here my audience, my description of my business, keywords. So obviously you will have to include some more information in some way, but maybe you can just copy these and build up from there. You can also go through these guys. They can score your content for free. So this is obviously for more of that organic reach. But even for ads, let's see. Yeah, so go Google Ads. So you can definitely check out this site, Snazzy AI. It's a new product. They're still developing it, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna be free, but they do have a paid version. So I just want to show you that tool, and don't forget that Flowbase to make your website very easily, and FlowXO for your chatbot, Intercam for another chatbot that's a little more pricey, but it just has a better team supporting it. So hopefully this helped you. Do not hesitate to reach out to me for questions on LinkedIn. This is what I do, and I love working with founders. So you have questions, or maybe I missed something, please contact me. But thank you, Exponential Impact, for having me here to show this webinar to you all. And yeah, have a good one, everyone. Peace.